Hey everyone, today is Wednesday, so today is strategy and growth. I want to talk to you about growing companies. There's one thing that most people don't realize is you're growing. When you're growing, you're always exposing weaknesses, something that you're not doing or that you're not doing well, or something that won't allow you to scale the business as you get bigger. So a few things I wanted to talk about when it comes to growing businesses. You're going to find gaps in leadership. Ultimately, the number one thing with growing a business, I don't care if you're a $1 million operator or you're a $1 billion operator, your limitation and your biggest limitation is going to be your people. First of all, do you empower your people? And second, do you have people that are smarter than you? For some reason, some people think they shouldn't hire people that scare them, that can replace them, but ultimately as a good owner and a good leader, your limitation, your biggest limitation, it's not equipment, it's not skill set, it's really people. Because with people, they can figure things out. They can figure things out when you're not around. They can be strategic for you. That is your biggest gap in your business of any size, is your people. And so making sure you have the right people in place. Obviously, you got to have the right equipment, you got to have the right process, but ultimately you want to have empowered people that you trust and that you trust to do the right thing. So for me, your limitation in growth, because you can grow. Honestly, you can be I'll walk you back when I was running like a small office. Actually, it was when I was starting an office, really young. I didn't have a lot of resources. It was myself, had an estimator, had a front desk admin. I had one project manager. I believe we had one carpenter. I had no one in restoration, but we were full service at the time. When I started this office, I had a carpet cleaner / really tiny restoration company that would handle all of the mitigation. Obviously, I had other offices within my business that could help out, but ultimately the day in, day out floods, the roof tarps, the board ups, I had an arrangement with a local vendor that would do it. We would bill it, we would invoice it, we would manage it. Sometimes we'd supplement it with equipment. And so really with like 4 employees, I want to say we scaled that office before we even had a bunch of people, because we're only in like a 1,500 square foot warehouse. We didn't even have room to park a truck in the back. And we were able to build that up to probably $4 to $5 million before we even had people working for us in the back facility. But at that point, the weakness or the opportunity, obviously limited overhead, limited G&A, myself, another estimator, 1 PM, again, 5 people doing $5 million, great margins. Obviously, you're outsourcing it all, so you're leaving some money on the table with your subs, but we were able to operate and scale the business quite efficiently and pretty quickly without the associated risk with a ton of equipment, a ton of staff and resources and training and development. Obviously, eventually we brought that in-house. It wasn't scalable because what gets you to 5 million is not going to get you to 10 million. And what gets you to 10 million is not going to get you to 20 million. So the person running an office or your first estimator may be very different than your estimator when you're 5 or 10 million versus when you're starting out the business, because there may be different skill sets that you need. It may just, at one point it could be an estimating job, and at one point it could be a sales job. And so just keep that in mind as you're growing. Every time you're growing, you should be exposing weaknesses. You need to be open to change. And always doing self-reflection, always asking your staff, always asking your customers what we could be doing differently. And if you're not doing that, then scaling the business is not right for you. Expect constant change, and what you did 2 years ago, you should not be doing today in some capacity of the business. So be open to change. And with that, hire the right people. And if you do that, you have the ability and the skill set to scale your business. The only limitation is yourself.